guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is perhaps one of the most eventful, exciting days that I had during my time in Korea. This vlog is about my experience going to AleXa's Welcome to Wonderland concert. So if you don't know, AleXa is a K-pop solo artist who I absolutely love. I've had the opportunity to do 2 video calls with her, and about 2 vlogs before this one, I actually went to a Top Gun red carpet event just to see AleXa perform, and she even interacted with me from the stage when she was performing, and I love her a lot, and I'm her #1 fan. And it was announced on her social media that she was filming a TV show for KBS called Welcome to Wonderland, and as part of the TV show, AleXa was going to be doing a concert which you could go to and be in the audience for free. So of course, as soon as I saw that, I was like, absolutely, sign me up, I am there. Now, it was on a Saturday, and I actually already had a ticket to go to a TXT concert that day, but I was like, I am not missing this opportunity to see AleXa again. So I cancelled my TXT ticket, bought another TXT ticket for the day after, and then I went to this AleXa event, and this vlog is all about that day and how I ended up being front row for her concert and going on stage and playing a game with her, and a whole bunch of things happened, and it was the most insane day ever. And yeah, this is the vlog. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm walking to find the venue with AleXa. It's 12:30, so I didn't really want to start queuing yet, but like, if there are people queuing, I will queue. It is currently 32 degrees out. This is the first day I've gone out and completely not worn my mask, because I actually get self-conscious without a mask on now because I've had to wear one so much. But if I wear a mask in this heat, I will pass out. I don't know, like, if there's going to be a formal queue or what. Like, entry opens at 6:15, but whether people are there before then, I imagine they would be. I mean, I would be, so I think I might have like that. Why is there a Christmas tree? But there is no one there yet, so we don't need to start queuing. Love that for us. Venue has been found. There is no one there. I'm gonna get lunch first and then come back. Basically, I'm gonna do stuff. Like, I'll do one thing, come back, do one other thing, come back, and I will keep coming back. Burger King has been had. I went back to the venue, still no one queuing. Yeah, I'm going to a cafe, and then I'll go back, and then I'll go to another cafe, and then I'll go back, and that's basically what we're gonna be doing today. One cafe done. I'm now going to some cafes the other side of the venue. I did stop at the venue on the way, and AleXa's team are actually unloading equipment, like the sound crew and stuff. They're unloading equipment. I'll go to these events down here. I'm not going to any cafes that don't offer drinks in bottles, just because if that's the case, I'm gonna have to like drink it now, and I don't want to drink a full drink from a cafe right now, because then if I start queuing, I'm gonna end up needing the loo, and that's stressful. That's a Taeyong. Is it a Taeyong? I think I found a Taeyong. I've been to 4 cafes now. It's nearing 3 and I'm worried people are going to start queuing. So I'll come back to the venue. There are lights on, but there's still no one there. Okay, I'm going to try and go to these other cafes, but it's also like 33 degrees now. I'm starting to feel the effects. Okay, both those cafes were a bust because neither of them did bottled drinks. I am getting a really bad headache. I just need to sit down and relax now, and I might as well just do that at the venue in the queue. So I'm going back. She's in a top loader today, so it's safer.
Maybe like 5:30.
5:30? Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Thank you. Queuing from 5:30. Now I need to go find somewhere to sit. There was a foreign staff member actually there who spoke English, and she told me to come back for about 5:30 for queuing. So I'm gonna get there for just after 5. But I might as well go back to one of the Taeyong cafes and actually get a drink to drink because I've got 2 hours now, so we should be alright. It is now nearly 4:30. I was at that cafe for like an hour and a half. Now the plan is to head to the nearest subway station just to use the bathroom there because I don't think the cafe I was at had one. So I'm just gonna go to the subway and then I will go from the subway to the AleXa venue, and I'll probably get there before 5:30. If I get there and there are people queuing, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, I was the first person there, but I got made to leave, and if people get there before 5:30 and they're allowed to stay, which is why I'm getting there for before 5:30, just in case that has happened.
You can stay or you can come back by 6:10. 6:10 is when people will start coming in. Okay? Thank you. No problem.
So please be very.
There were people waiting when I got there, but they hadn't formed a queue yet. But I was able to get front of the queue. 5:30 they gave out tickets, and I have number 1. I could cry. This is my greatest life achievement. But they gave us the tickets and told us to come back at 6:10.
It's so lovely to finally meet you in person. I saw you at the Top Gun event.
Yeah, I got there 4 hours early, and I don't even know anything about Top Gun.
That's so cool. And that's so cool.
For you.
Well, now that you're an English teacher here, I'll be seeing you a lot more. So you can, when I left for America.
Yeah, I know. But then he came back, and now I'm hoping to stay here a while. So I'll come to everything you do. Everything you do.
Thank you so much. Hand!
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much.
I love you so much. I will see you again, definitely, at some point. Thank you so much. Goodbye. It was incredible. It was much more, like, so much more happened than I was expecting. Thank you.
How was the concert today? How do you feel? And how was it seeing AleXa?
I'm very overwhelmed right now. I really wasn't expecting all of that to happen during the concert. It was absolutely incredible. She, I hope, is going to be massive one day. She is insanely talented, and she really, like, I mean, winning American Song Contest was only the first step. I think she's gonna go on to do so much more. She really deserves it. She's so good. Thank you.
I didn't even join.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? And she started crying. I'm like, wait, what?
I heard Top Gun. I was like, this is Chloe.
I'm so overwhelmed right now. Like, this is insane. What just happened? So much just happened. I will tell you all about it. Hey guys, I'm now home. I need to tell you about what happened, like right now before I forget. I need to tell you everything that happened at that event. I'm gonna tell you while drinking because I'm getting a headache. Let's drink some of the drinks I got from Taeyong cafes. Where do I even start? I ended up getting number 1. I was number 1 in the queue, the very first ticket. So yeah, they gave out these tickets, which are very snazzy. There's loads of people by the time I go back and everyone's just like in this massive line with tickets and they're like on the 70s, I think, at that point for tickets. And when we were waiting, we were given clipboards and pieces of paper and we had to write these messages to AleXa that we would then fold into paper airplanes and throw on stage. Everything keeps reminding me of the Stray Kids concert. It's also funny because we literally did paper planes at Top Gun. When I went to the Top Gun red carpet event to see AleXa, they gave everyone a paper plane. It didn't have messages or anything, they just gave everyone a paper plane and we had to throw it on stage to Tom Cruise and the cast at the event. And now this event that I see AleXa at, I also have to throw a plane on stage. But this time we got to write messages. So I wrote my message and I mentioned like the fan calls and Top Gun and everything. And when we go in, we're surprising AleXa. So when you go into the venue, try and be as quiet as you can. I go in, the seats are numbered. So I'm number 1, which is literally just the front row at the end. So I get to sit there. It's like a really small concert hall. So like the stage is right there, like it's close. They had like cameras set up everywhere. And even more exciting is on the seat when we get in was, I don't think I got a video of it, but they gave us fan chant seats. Basically it had all the songs AleXa would be performing and it had like the fan chants written out. Like I'm not gonna pick up the fan chants just from looking at the sheet, but I did look at it to see what songs she was performing and I mean, you just clocked that Revolution wasn't on it. Sad times. So no Revolution, but there were some other really good songs and it was a good amount of songs as well, which I was very excited about. So yeah, they gave us that on the seat, and then the other thing that was on the seat, and I obviously couldn't see everything, and I found out from Nicola that not all of the seats had this on them. It was only the first few rows that had it, but they had AleXa's plastic light stick just on the seat. I saw it and I was like, ah! So I was so excited this was on the seat and I was like, oh my god, yes. So we had AleXa's little, it's like the plastic temporary light sticks that K-pop artists have before they get an official light stick. I have an MX one that I got at the Dream concert the other week, but yeah, we got the AleXa one for free just on our seat waiting for us, and it changes color. It's so cool. Aww. And like at one point when we were waiting for the event, one of the staff workers came and like told me, he was like, can you pass a message along the road that we're using red for the light sticks for this event? And I was like, okay. So then I told everyone, red, we're using red. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, a light stick. I love my light sticks. So this made me so happy. It's so cool. I'm so happy. Oh, on like a TV that they had was like a notice, and it did say like no filming or recording, saying how like when it starts everyone needs to be like silent because we're like tricking AleXa or surprising AleXa. And so yeah, we were just chilling. They had her music videos playing. It was all cool vibes. Nicola was there. It was quite a small venue, but they filled it. Like all the seats were filled, and then they had people like standing all around the seated area. It started and AleXa came out and she was fully blindfolded. She had a blindfold on and she did a dance blindfolded, which crazy. And oh yeah, like obviously you're not allowed to talk about the event, but by the time this video goes up it will have aired, so I'm allowed to say stuff. There might even be footage available online of the actual show, we'll see. But yeah, so I can talk about it now, but like as of right when I'm filming this I'm not allowed to say anything, but by the time this goes up it will be fine. AleXa comes on, she's fully blindfolded, she does a dance blindfolded, which was crazy because it was a good solid high level, very skilled, very talented dance, and she was in massive heels as well. Like I wouldn't even be able to dance in heels that big with my visibility, so like how she did that blindfolded, I like she's so good. So yeah, she did that and then she took the blindfold off, and at that point we were all there like, because we were silent while she was doing that dance. Other than the music it was dead silent, which I honestly felt for her because I have performed on stage, like I've done dances on stage where it's just dead silence in the audience, and it is the worst thing. It is horrible. Like doing hip-hop dances, especially to a dead audience where they're just sat in silence, is the worst thing. It is so hard. It is so hard to perform when it is the audience are quiet, because like hip-hop performing and dancing, like you thrive off the audience's energy. So when the audience don't have energy, it is so hard. And it might have been easier because she couldn't see the audience, but like that cannot have been easy. Like knowing she was performing in front of an audience but not being able to hear any cheers or anything, I know I would have hated that. I felt for her when she was doing that, but she was so good. And then she took the blindfold off and all of us were there like, oh, AleXa, and she was so surprised about how many people were there. It was so cute. So yeah, that was really fun. And then the concert began. There was like a MC host and some other dude who was apparently a comedian. I don't know who he was though. They did like speak all in Korean, so I had no idea what was going on. She opened with Bomb, which I did start tearing up at a little bit, and then I like kept it in, but I was kind of there like, oh my god, I'm like actually seeing AleXa at an AleXa event, because like obviously I saw her at Top Gun, but that wasn't like specifically an AleXa event. She was a guest there, whereas this was an AleXa event, and I was front row, but like actually like it was so much closer than for Top Gun, so like it was crazy compared to Top Gun. My might not get the order right, but she did bomb, she did villain, and at some point in this first section, the MC was like, at one point the MC was like talking and AleXa was just stood. She clocked me in the audience. I could see the exact moment she clocked me, and she definitely recognized me and remembered me, like from the way she like looked at me and reacted. Like she definitely, it was like a moment of recognition, and then she waved at me and I was like waving back, and like that interaction alone was enough for me. I was like, oh my god, like she's seen me, she's recognized me, she definitely remembers me, whether it's from the fan calls or from Top Gun. She remembers me and recognizes me, and she's just waved to me and I've just waved back, and it was really sweet, and a lovely little moment, and I was really happy with that. I was like, oh, that's so cool, but little did I know what was to come. But yeah, that happened, and then she did extra, and they got like people on stage to like do the dancing and stuff, and like that was when we realized that like it's an interactive thing, like they're getting audience members on stage, and I was like, am I gonna be able to get on stage? Do I want to go on stage? I don't know. She performed extra, and there was like a whole bunch of talking stuff. Some comedian group came and performed as well, and then they brought out like this table with like props on, and it also had like this massive 2 stacks of tattoo albums, and like you saw those stacks and it was like, they're probably gonna be signed, like, and sure enough, they were signed albums, and they started this like interactive section where they had audience members go on stage to play a game to win a signed album, and the game was you had to make AleXa laugh. And they start doing this, they get one audience member up at a time, and they play rock paper scissors with AleXa. Whoever loses has to go first. So AleXa was also trying to make them laugh, but they were also trying to make AleXa laugh, and if they made her laugh, they got a signed album. They're doing this, and I'm like, do I want to volunteer to go on stage? Yes, but what the hell am I meant to do? I'm so bad at these sort of games, like I can never think of anything. I'm not creative enough for that. So I'm just there like, I really want to do it, but also like I have no clue what I could do to make her laugh. And then like I was watching other people, and at some point, I don't know where the idea came from, but my brain suddenly thought of the TikTok audio. That's the like, let me just scooch in right here. We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty. I don't know why my brain in that moment, whilst people were doing this game with AleXa, thought of that, but it thought of that, and I was like, oh, now there's an idea. Because that TikTok, I mean, I find that audio way funnier than it actually is. Done a few TikToks with that audio with my sister just because I find it so funny. I love the audio so much. But I just suddenly thought, I was like, what if I like, you know, whispered that to AleXa? Surely, like, I know she goes on TikTok, so she probably knows about that audio, so maybe that would make her laugh. And I'm like, there's definitely a chance it might not do anything, because either like AleXa might not know the audio, she might just not find it funny. It could just be that like I'm the only one who finds that audio really funny and no one else does. So like I was like, it's a risk, but it's the only idea I can think of right now. So we went with it, and I was like, okay. So then from then on, whenever they asked for someone to go on stage, I put my hand up, and the girl who was number 2 who sat next to me, she didn't want to go up herself, so she kind of like in those moments tried to help me get noticed, which was really sweet. But eventually I put my hand up, and I think he chose me. I don't even know, it was a bit chaotic. He was like, they were doing more than one audience member at a time by this point, so it was me and another girl, and so I get chosen with this other girl, and this other girl just goes straight up onto the stage. As I'm walking to go onto the stage, AleXa is like, this is really special because this friend right here has done video calls with me, and now we're meeting in person for the first time. And the audience are all like, oh, and I'm there like, oh my god, she remembers me. Like I'm internally freaking out, right? Like completely losing my mind, because she just like told everyone that like she remembers me, and she's just like revealed to everyone that she knows who I am and remembers me from these video calls. And I'm there like, so like that through like, oh my god, that was incredible. Like when she said that, because obviously like I know she had recognized me in the audience when she'd waved, but I didn't know if she recognized me from the fan calls or if she just recognized me from Top Gun. But that meant she had recognized me as Chloe Amber from England, who did video calls with her, which was crazy. And so I went up on stage, and everyone was like, the host was like always asking everyone like where they're from. I didn't have to answer that question. AleXa answered it for me. AleXa told the host that I was from England because she remembered that I was from England from our fan calls. AleXa remembered I was from England and told the host, so I didn't have to say it myself. And then like the host was like, do you speak Korean? I'm like, and so AleXa was then my translator. So every time the host would ask me something, AleXa would translate it into English for me. So then he asked me, he was like, he asked me like how long I've been in Korea, and then what I do in Korea, and I said English teacher. And at that point AleXa was like, oh, you're an English teacher, that means you're gonna be here for a while then. And I was like, yeah, hopefully. And she was like excited about that, and so that was really cute. And then at one point in this, we realized I hadn't taken my mask off, because everyone going on stage was taking the masks off and they went up. I forgot to take my mask off because AleXa calling me her friend and announcing that she remembered me from video calls really threw me off, so I just forgot about that and I had my mask on. But yeah, they reminded me, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And I like took it off, and then there was like the host called me pretty or beautiful or something, and there was a whole thing, it was crazy. Yeah. And then they asked me my favorite song, and I was like, Revolution. Didn't even need to think about it. One song she didn't perform. So yeah, and yeah, I answered those questions, and I was like literally stood on stage, like the host is here, AleXa's here, I'm here, literally just facing AleXa. Oh, they also asked me, because they were asking everyone how they found out specifically about that concert, and I'd actually found out about it through Nicola. She messaged me the link, or actually like I applied to it because she quoted the tweet before I'd seen the tweet, but I have her on notification, so I saw her quote of the tweet, and that's how I found the link, and then she sent me the link as well. So basically Nicola was the reason, and I gave her a shout out because they asked me, and I was like, oh, my friend Nicola, who's in the audience, sent me the link, and Nicola was like, hey, and then AleXa like waved to Nicola, I think. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, so I answered those questions, and then I had to do the game. game. And so I played rock, paper, scissors with AleXa. We ended up having to do a few rounds because we kept like doing the same thing, and then eventually I lost, which meant I had to go first, but that was good. Because if AleXa had done it with me, like if AleXa was trying to make me laugh, I probably would have laughed. Like I like to be like, oh, I'm an actor, I should be good at this. But when it's like a game like that, I do struggle. And I mean, it's AleXa. How am I meant to like keep a straight face when it's AleXa? Like just the whole situation was like insane. There's no way I would have been able to not laugh. Like you know, like whatever AleXa would have done would have cracked me up, I can guarantee you. So I would have lost if AleXa had gone first. So it was a good job I went first. So yeah, we did it, and then the host was like, okay, you go first. 3, 2, 1, go. And I just kind of like, I have a mic, by the way, they gave me a mic to speak, so I just kind of don't do anything. I just pause, and then I just shuffle, like I really like shuffle up right next to AleXa. I'm stood next to AleXa, but I shuffled in closer, and she could tell I was like gonna say something, so she kind of like leaned up, and you know, so I could whisper in her ear. And so I go down, and I have the mic so everyone can hear what I'm saying, but I'm just there like, we've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty, and I say it into her ear, and she laughed. She laughed, like she fully cracked up. We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty.
자, 알렉사가 박장대소를 하는데 자 뭐라고 그러신 거예요? 알렉사 도대체 뭐라고 그랬길래? 얼마나 충격적인 말을 했으면
약간 자보험 연락한 거 싶었는데 왜 전화 안 받냐?
아 이런 그 레스턴 개그를 해서 전혀 엉뚱한 개그를 해서 웃기시는군요. 와.
And she ended up laughing so much that she snorted. Like that's how much of a laugh she did, and the audience even laughed. And like I wasn't really paying attention to the audience. I basically blanked them out because it was slightly terrifying. I was just like zoned in on AleXa the whole time I was on stage. But I found out after the event from Nicola that apparently like even the audience were in hysterics over it. Like I obviously was doing it with the intention of being funny, but I actually didn't think it would be that funny. But apparently it was. I made AleXa and the whole audience like laugh. I'm quite proud. Thank you, TikTok. So yeah, I mean I succeeded at the game. And yeah, she was like cracking up. She was wheezing. She was so cute. Laughed, and obviously I won the game. And then it was so funny because she got a signed album for me. And but obviously like she just mentioned before that, you know, I've done fan calls with her. And the thing is, when you do a fan call, you get a signed album. And the one I did most recent was during Tattoo era. So it is a signed album from Tattoo. And she gave me the album, was like, you probably already have one of these, but have another one. It was so funny. Like she fully called me out on the fact that I already have signed albums by AleXa. I actually have 2 because I've done 2 fan calls with her. Because that's another thing. Like when I went on the stage, she was like, my friend, she's done several video calls with me, and I'm like, I'm down, AleXa. I've only done 2. Like I'm not actually like, I know people who have done more calls than that with AleXa. So you know, I've not actually done that many compared to some people. I've only done 2.
Yes. 와 이거는
to you. I know you probably already have 1 or 2, but it's yours now.
감사합니다. 이렇게 와주셔서 감사합니다. 한국에도 좋은 기억 많이 남기시고 가시고 한국에도 좋은 생활. 알렉사 앞으로 많이 사랑해 주세요.
Please love me in the future. That sounds really weird translated in English.
네, 감사합니다. 네, 자, 오케이.
I got a signed album by AleXa, which is actually really cool. So I won this because I made her laugh. I am so proud. That is my greatest achievement in life, making AleXa laugh. Yeah, I got the signed album, and then I went off to the stage back to my seat whilst the other girl did her turn. At that point, like some of the staff members got me to the side to like fill in a form with like my name and stuff, because I was obviously like gonna be in the TV show, so they needed some more details. So I filled that out, and then I went and sat back down. And then they switched to a new game, which was Limbo. And like when they brought out the Limbo, I'm like, okay, I'm so glad I did the laughing game, because I'd have no chance at Limbo. AleXa is ridiculously good at Limbo. Obviously, there's nothing she can't do. But yeah, they did Limbo for quite a while with a bunch of audience members, and then like quite a few times, like a couple times, like some of the people coming up were actually personal friends of AleXa, which was really cool. And then at one point, the last Limbo group she got 3 of her friends from the audience up. And who was one of those people? Her friends? Bomhan. Just casually, he had been in the audience, and we realized when we went up, like Nicola had literally been stood right by him, and she hadn't even realized. It was very entertaining, very good, a lot of fun. 10 out of 10. So they did Limbo, and then AleXa performed Tattoo. I think it was in that order. I might not be remembering it exactly in the correct order, but fine. So yeah, she performed Tattoo. There was some more like talking and stuff, and then she did Wonderland as well. I think she did Wonderland first, actually. I think it was Wonderland and then Tattoo. But yeah, she performed those 2 songs, which was very cool. And then they started playing a video on the screen for her, and there was like a group of her friends, I'm assuming, like a message that they filmed for her. And at that point, she like sat down and was like with her back to the audience to watch this video on the screen at the back of the stage. And on the TV that we could see, it came up with like, get out your paper planes now, because we were having to keep them hidden from AleXa. So we got our planes out at that point. And then a message from her parents came on screen. And at that point, I started sobbing, because like AleXa was very clearly emotional watching it. But also like now that I'm living in Korea, anytime there's anything about people's parents being in a different country to them, it makes me so emotional because I'm now in that situation as well. My parents are in England and I'm living all the way in Korea. Seeing AleXa get emotional over her parents who are in America like made me think of my parents, and then I was like emotional over that. So at that point I was like sobbing in the audience, and I could see the guys with cameras pointing their cameras at me as I was sat there sobbing, and I'm like, thank you. So me crying is probably gonna be on Korean TV. Love that for me. But yeah, she watched that video, and then when she turned back around, that's when on the TV it then came up with throw your planes, and so we all threw our planes, and I threw mine, and it actually went like, it actually like it went on stage, and it like went side, so it went to like stage left. I think it's stage left. It went to like stage left, right hand of the stage when we were looking at the stage, which I think is stage left. It went there. Like there was like a speaker blocking, so I couldn't actually see like where along it, like how far back it'd gone or anything. I just knew it kind of landed on that side of the stage, but I had no idea where it went. But then everyone like threw their planes, and a lot of them ended up landing like on the floor in the front. So those of us in the front row actually got up and started throwing other people's planes to help them get on stage. And it was and AleXa was like crying at this point because she obviously had no idea this was happening. So she was very emotional, and yeah, she like you know, she was very overwhelmed and stuff. But then she like realized there were messages on the plane, and she on the planes, and she started like opening them, and she was like reading them and stuff. And she did like she read quite a few, and then eventually she was like, okay, one more, I'll read one more. Where should I go? Where should I get the plane from? And I like pointed to the side of the stage I knew my plane had landed, and apparently enough people were also pointing there that she decided to go there. And then like they were pointing, and you know, I couldn't actually see most of the planes on that side, so I didn't know. And so she was like, oh, should I go over this side? Okay. And then she was like obviously looking, and people were pointing, and she's like, oh, should I get that plane at the back there? So apparently one plane had gone like further away than the others, so she went and got that plane. And at that point I was like, oh, that's not going to be my plane because I don't think it went that far. But then she like goes and picks up this plane I can't see, and she comes back and it's on green paper, because not everyone had the same colored paper. There were quite a few different colors. Mine was on green paper, and it was like folded in the way that I'd folded my plane, and I'm suddenly there like, is that my plane? And I was like, I froze. I was there like, is that my message? And so she opens it, and I'm trying to get a good look at it, and I can't see it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna, it probably isn't, like, I don't think mine went that far back. And then she starts reading it. It's my message. And so I start crying again, and I'm just there like, oh my god, she's reading my message right now. And she's like reading it, and she starts tearing up as well as she's like reading the first part. And then she gets to the bit where I mentioned the fan calls and stuff, and like, because I started like from our video calls, and literally she says video calls, and she looks at me in the audience. It's like at that moment she knew it was clearly mine, and so she sees video calls, she looks at me. I let out a sob at that moment because we've both clocked that it's my message, and so I let out a sob, and I'm like, sob. And so she keeps reading it, and then she like keeps reading it to the end, and I signed it with like, lots of love, Chloe Amber. And then she's like looking at me because she like knows, which was different because all the other letters that she read, she would say like from whoever it was from, but she obviously didn't know who in the audience that was. Whereas for mine, she knew it was me. Like she knew, like, you know, she was able to look at me after she read it and stuff. Like I was fully sobbing by this point. Like I couldn't even look at her after she finished it. I was like bawling. And also there was a guy like on this side of the stage with like a big, like a main like camera filming for the show, and he was like mostly always filming AleXa on the stage, and he had been filming AleXa the whole time while she was reading these messages. And then she was reading my message, and when she like acknowledged me in the audience, when she worked out it was my message and I let out a sob, this guy with this big camera turns the camera so that it's on me, and I'm there like, oh come on, like why is everyone filming me crying? So that might be on TV as well, who knows.
Dear AleXa, thank you for your music, thank you for your performances, thank you for all your hard work. You are a true inspiration to me and have been since you first debuted. Lots of love, Chloe Amber.
But yeah, she read my message and like knew it was me and knew who I was, and like looked at me when she was reading it, and we were both crying. It was, oh god, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I was not prepared to cry that much today. I did not think I would be crying. Like I teared up slightly at the very beginning when she first started performing Bomb, and that was like kind of what I expected to happen. I thought that would be it. I wasn't expecting to be fully sobbing at the end. And because do you know what she did after she read the messages? She sung Moon and Back, which obviously had me bawling as well. So I just spent like the whole last section of this concert just sobbing. So you know, that was great. But yeah, she read my message, which really meant a lot. It meant so much that she read my message. That was, oh okay, it was so cool. And then she sung Moon and Back, very emotional. And then we took pictures with her, like she posed, and like they had someone on the stage to take a picture with the audience in the background. And then she said goodbye, and then that was basically it. She left, and then she came back, did some more photos, and then she left again, and that was the end. And then we were like waiting in our seats for them to like send people out. Where I was sat was right by the entrance to the room. So the way they did it is they got all like the standing people to go out first, and then they got the seated people to go out, starting with those at the back, and then worked their way forward. And at one point, as the standing people were going out, I realized that AleXa herself was stood in the hallway and was actually like saying goodbye and talking to the people as they left. And I was like, oh I mean, like, I'd definitely already met AleXa at that point when I was like on stage with her, but like we were about to like interact with her as we left, and I was like, oh my god. So at that point I got my phone out, and you would have seen the footage. I probably would have included it in this. I got to speak with her, and like I was still emotional from the whole thing. So like as soon as I saw her, as I like left the room, I just like teared up again, and she was like, because I went out and she was like, Chloe, like she was saying my name, and I'm like, oh my god, like she knows like who I am, like fully. She knows my name, she knows I'm from England, she knows I'm an English teacher, like what, like she knows so much about me. And like, oh, it's so surreal. Oh my god, she's like, Chloe, and I'm like tearing up, and she's like, come here, and she hugs me. So I'm gonna hug her, which looking back it's probably not a good thing, because I probably absolutely stank of sweat. The amount I sweat today walking around in that heat. I'm so sorry, AleXa, if I smelled when you hugged me, but I appreciate the hug a lot, so thank you. But yes, she hugged me, and then she remembered me at Top Gun. Like when she saw me at Top Gun, she knew it was me, as in Chloe Amber from England who had moved to Seoul. Like she knew that was me, which means when she pointed at me during the Lady Gaga song that she sung at Top Gun, when we had that interaction where she pointed at me and I pointed back, that was her recognizing me and knowing it was me and knowing it was Chloe Amber in the audience, which makes that interaction even more special, because I did have a suspicion when it happened that it could have been because she remembered me. And obviously, like, I wouldn't, you know, I would, like, it is very likely that she would remember me because her memory is just ridiculously good. Like, I mean, she remembered I'm from England, and I don't think I've mentioned being from England since the very first video call I did with her, which was like nearly 2 years ago now. So she's got a ridiculously good memory. But you know, I still didn't, like, I didn't want to get my hopes up that was her recognizing me at Top Gun when it had happened. But the fact that she confirmed today that it was, like, she did recognize me and remember me at Top Gun, like, she knew it was me, like that just, it makes that interaction when she points at me so much more special now, because I know that is actually her recognizing me and remembering me. Crazy. But yeah, so I spoke to her about Top Gun, and you know, we promised that I'm gonna go to all her events here in Korea, and like I just don't know what to say. Like I was not expecting all of that to happen. Like I thought it would just be performances. I was not expecting to, like, the wave that I got when she clocked me in the audience and clearly recognized me and remembered me and waved at me, that's like the most I was expecting interaction wise with her. I wasn't expecting to like actually meet her. Like I wasn't expecting to go on stage and talk to her and play a game with her. I didn't expect to get a signed album. I didn't expect to have her read my message on stage and know it's mine, and I didn't expect to see her after the show and hug her and talk to her for a bit. I can't believe today happened. Like, it's so surreal. I was so out of it afterwards. I might have even included footage that Nicola got, a very brief video of me exiting the venue. I also got asked to do interviews afterwards. Like, I saw AleXa and then they asked me to go do a quick interview, and then on my way out another guy stopped me and asked me to do an interview. So I've been filmed so much today, and I was not prepared to be filmed. I have been a sweaty mess all day, man. And everyone kept getting me to take my masks off for everything, and I had like really bad acne down here today. So I was like, literally this morning I was like, oh, I'm so glad I'll be wearing my mask all day because it'll cover all this up, and then I have to literally go on stage and take my mask off. I'm like, great. Like I was not prepared for that to be what it was. That was insane. Crazy. I'm baffled. Honestly, that was insane. Oh my god, I love AleXa so much. She called me her friend. We are besties. Confirm. An awesome person. I would love to be her friend. She is just so cool. She's so cool. Oh, I love her so much. Oh my god. She's going back to America like next week, so who knows when she'll do something else. But anything she does in Korea, I will go to. And also, like, the next fan sign event that she does, I will do, even if it's a video one, like anytime soon, because she's doing a lot of stuff in America right now, since, you know, she literally just won American Song Contest, which is still so crazy. I'm so happy for her. Like, she did that. Yes. I'm so proud. I'm gonna keep doing AleXa stuff. Today was amazing. Oh, and I got a poster. All of those posters on the walls, they let people take them at the end. So I have one of the posters. How exciting. I can put that on my wall. Today has been, yes, it's gone midnight. Yesterday was a very good day. I need to get ready because it's gone midnight. Today I'm seeing TXT. How am I meant to see TXT after that? I'm not gonna be, oh god, I'm gonna be an absolute mess at work on Monday. I'm just gonna go in on Monday. I'm just gonna be there like, just not with it. Like, I apologize to my class of 3-year-olds, but I'm just gonna be head empty, nothing but AleXa and TXT on my mind come Monday. But yeah, I'm seeing TXT. Crazy. Gotta go outside in the heat again. I might die. It's too hot. This woman has such a hold on me. AleXa, be my girlfriend. Okay, I'm happy. That was so good. Wow, that was crazy. And the fact it was free. It was free. It was worth changing my TXT ticket for it. I might not even be able to get a refund now for the TXT ticket that I cancelled, that I was originally meant to go to on Saturday, but cancelled it so I could go to AleXa, and I got a ticket for Sunday instead. But you know what? If I don't get a refund, it doesn't matter, because the money that I spent on that TXT ticket, I would have happily have paid that much for the experience I got with AleXa today. What happened today with AleXa was definitely worth that much. But it was free, and it was also a successful cafe hopping day. So today's been good. And tomorrow, TXT. I have to get up. I should get going. I have to get up to try and get a light stick in the pre-order at 11. So is this the outro? It could be, but also no. Am I filming it like 2 years later? Yes, I am. Am I back in England? Yes, I am. But this day I will never forget. It was probably one of my best experiences that I had in Korea in the whole 2 years that I was there. It was so crazy, so amazing, and I'm so grateful for it. Just like getting to see AleXa perform, getting to be recognized by her, going on stage with her, playing a game with her, getting the signed album, and then her reading my letter, and then meeting her after the concert. It was so special, and it was actually the last AleXa event that I got to do in Korea because she didn't do anything else after that. Even though I was still there for like another 2 years afterwards, her company didn't give her anything to do in Korea. She always only did stuff in America, so that was actually the last AleXa thing that I got to go to. It wasn't though my last time seeing AleXa, because I actually met her at an 80s concert. I went to an 80s concert, and while I was walking around outside the venue getting ready to go in, I saw AleXa walk past, and so I went and said hi to her, and she instantly knew who I was and was like, "Chloe Amber, oh my god, how are you?" And I got to talk to her at an 80s concert and just casually catch up with her and have a little chat, which was wonderful. That will be a vlog, the 80s concert. There isn't any footage or anything of me meeting AleXa because she wasn't on schedule, so I wasn't like taking pictures or filming or anything. But I do talk about the experience in that vlog. But that is literally the only other AleXa thing that happened, because her company apparently don't want AleXa, who is a K-pop idol, to do anything in Korea. It's a whole thing. But you know what? I am very happy with what I did get to do. And yeah, this experience of the Welcome to Wonderland concert was absolutely amazing. And as you would have seen, the episodes came out and they're actually available to watch on YouTube. I will link them in the description if you want to watch the full Welcome to Wonderland episodes. But yeah, I was included in the episodes quite a lot actually. They showed me in the audience and they included me playing the game with AleXa. They didn't show the part when she called me her friend, but I will let that slide. It's fine. So yeah, that was it. Like, I have no more words for what this day was. It was just absolutely phenomenal. It was incredible, and I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And the next vlog from my time in Korea, you can probably guess, will be the TXT concert that I went to literally the day after I met AleXa. So that'll be the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next vid. Goodbye!